You're sitting in the back of a Huey helicopter. The door's open. Wind is blasting your face. The noise is deafening. You can see the jungle below rushing past at 100 feet. You're wearing a uniform that's brand new. Your boots aren't even broken in yet. Your hands are gripping your M16 so tight your knuckles are white. And you're about to be dropped into your first combat operation. You're 19 years old. 6 weeks ago, you were in the United States. 3 weeks ago, you landed in Vietnam. Yesterday, you joined your unit. And right now, you're more terrified than you've ever been in your entire life. This is your first combat drop. Welcome to Vietnam. This is the story that every combat soldier in Vietnam experienced. That first mission. That first moment when the helicopter descends into a landing zone and you realize, this is real. This isn't training anymore. The enemy is down there. People might die today. You might die today. This is about what it felt like to be brand new, to be untested, to go from civilian life to combat in a matter of weeks, and how that first experience changed you forever. Let me take you back a few weeks. You got drafted, or you enlisted to avoid being drafted. Either way, you're in the Army now. Basic training was 8 weeks of learning how to be a soldier, how to march, how to salute, how to follow orders, how to shoot. Then advanced individual training, where they taught you your military occupational specialty. Maybe you're infantry, maybe you're a radio operator, maybe you're a machine gunner. More weeks of training.
And then, orders. Vietnam. You get some time to see your family. Say goodbye to friends. Try to explain to your girlfriend why you have to go. Try to convince your mom you'll be okay. Try to convince yourself you'll be okay. And suddenly you're on a plane, flying across the Pacific, heading to a war you've only seen on television. The flight takes forever. Hours and hours of sitting in a cramped military transport aircraft. You try to sleep, but can't. Your mind is racing. What's it going to be like? What if you're not ready? What if you freeze up? What if you die in your first week? Other soldiers around you are having the same thoughts. Some are on their second tour. Veterans going back. They're quiet. They know what's waiting. That makes you even more nervous. The plane lands at Tan Son Nhut Air Base near Saigon. You step off the aircraft and the heat hits you like a physical wall. It's not just hot, it's oppressive. The humidity is crushing. You're immediately drenched in sweat. And the smell, a mixture of jet fuel, burning trash, and something else you can't quite identify. This is Vietnam. This is what it smells like. You're processed through a replacement center. Paperwork, equipment issue. You get your gear, your rifle, your uniform. Everything is new. You look like what you are, a new guy. The veterans can spot you from 100 yards away. Brand new uniform, clean boots, nervous eyes. You're FNG. Effin' new guy. That's what they call you. And you're treated accordingly.
You're assigned to a unit. They truck you out to wherever your unit is operating. Maybe a fire base, maybe a base camp. You arrive with a handful of other new guys. The unit is coming off an operation. Soldiers covered in mud, uniforms faded and worn. They look exhausted. They look at you and you can see what they're thinking. Fresh meat, a replacement for the guys they just lost. Your squad leader is a sergeant. maybe 22 years old, but looks older. He's been here 8 months. He briefs you quickly, shows you where your bunk is, where the latrines are, where to fill canteens, tells you to stay close, keep your mouth shut, learn by watching, don't do anything stupid. Then he walks away. That's your orientation. The other guys in your squad are friendly enough, but distant. They're not going to invest in getting to know you until you prove yourself, until they know you're not going to get them killed, until they see if you'll survive your first mission. So you sit there, in a foreign country, surrounded by strangers, wearing an uncomfortable uniform, carrying a rifle, and tomorrow, you go on your first combat operation. That night you don't sleep. You lie on your cot, staring at the ceiling, listening to artillery fire in the distance, listening to helicopters, listening to the sounds of war. You're thinking about home, about your family, about whether you'll ever see them again. You're praying. Even if you're not religious, you're praying. Please let me survive this. Please don't let me die my first week here. Morning comes. 0:30. You're woken up. Time to gear up. You put on your equipment. Your LBE, load-bearing equipment, suspenders holding ammo pouches, canteens, first aid kit, your steel pot helmet, your flak jacket. You're carrying your M16, 7 magazines with 20 rounds each, grenades. Everything feels heavy. Everything feels wrong. But everyone else is moving with purpose, so you follow along. The briefing is quick. Your platoon is being inserted to search an area for enemy activity. Could be a routine patrol, could make contact. No way to know. Helicopters are inbound. You board the trucks that take you to the helicopter landing zone. The Hueys are already there. Rotors turning, door gunners checking their weapons. The noise is incredible. Your squad loads onto a helicopter. You've never been in a helicopter before. You sit on the metal floor, legs hanging out the open door. The crew chief shows you how to buckle in, but the buckle is just a canvas strap. Doesn't feel secure at all. You're going to fly with your legs hanging out of an open door, held in by a canvas strap. This seems insane. The helicopter lifts off, your stomach drops. You'd never felt anything like this. The helicopter banks and suddenly you're looking straight down at the ground. You grab onto anything you can. The soldier next to you, a veteran, is completely relaxed, looking out the door like this is a bus ride. But you're terrified. Terrified of falling out, terrified of what's coming, terrified of everything. The flight takes 20 minutes. You're flying low, nap of the earth. The jungle is rushing past below. You can see farmers and rice paddies, water buffalo, villages. Everything looks peaceful from up here. Doesn't look like a war zone. But you know that down there, somewhere, the enemy is waiting. The helicopter crew chief holds up 5 fingers. 5 minutes to landing. Your heart starts pounding harder. This is it. Your squad leader is checking his weapon. Others are doing the same. You check your M16 for the 20th time. Magazine seated, safety on. You're ready. No, you're not. You'll never be ready. But you're going anyway. 3 minutes. The door gunner test fires his M60. The sound is deafening. Brass casings are flying everywhere. He's checking that his weapon works, because where you're going, he might need it. That doesn't make you feel better. 1 minute. The helicopter is descending. You can see the landing zone now. A clearing in the jungle. Looks small. Looks tight. The helicopter is coming in fast. The pilot flares. The nose comes up. The helicopter settles onto the ground. You're here. This is it. Go, go, go! The crew chief is yelling, pushing soldiers out the door. You jump, hit the ground. Your legs nearly buckle from the weight of your gear. You run, away from the helicopter, toward the tree line. The rotor wash is blasting you, grass and dirt flying everywhere. You make it to the tree line and drop. Take a knee. Your rifle is up. You're scanning for threats like you were taught in training.
The helicopter lifts off behind you. The sound fades, and suddenly, you're aware of how quiet it is. You're in the jungle now. This is real. This is actually happening. You're in Vietnam, in a combat zone, with people who want to kill you somewhere nearby. Your squad leader is giving hand signals. Move out. You fall into formation. You're in the middle of the patrol. They put new guys in the middle, keeps them away from the most dangerous positions. You start walking. The jungle is thick, humid, hot. Within minutes, you're drenched in sweat. The straps of your gear are digging into your shoulders. Your new boots are already giving you blisters. You're trying to walk quietly like the veterans, but you're making noise. Branches snapping, gear rattling. You can't help it. You don't have the experience yet. The soldier behind you whispers harshly, "Keep it down, new guy." You try harder, but everything feels wrong. The weight, the heat, the fear. Every sound makes you jump. A bird takes off from a tree and you nearly shoot it. Your finger goes to the trigger. The veteran in front of you looks back, shakes his head. Not a threat, just a bird. But your heart is racing. Your hands are shaking. Everything is a threat to you right now. Everything could be the enemy. An hour into the patrol, you're exhausted, more tired than you've ever been. The heat is brutal. You've already drunk half your water and you're supposed to make it last all day. You're questioning everything, questioning why you're here, questioning whether you'll survive, questioning if you have what it takes.
The patrol stops. Everyone takes a knee. You're gasping for air. The veterans look uncomfortable, but not destroyed. You feel like you're dying. The squad leader moves up and down the line, checking on everyone. He looks at you. "You good, new guy?" You nod. Can't speak. Don't trust your voice. He looks skeptical, but moves on. The patrol continues. Hours of walking, stopping, listening, moving again. Nothing happens. No contact. No enemy. Just hot, exhausting movement through hostile territory. And somehow that makes it worse. The anticipation is killing you. You're expecting gunfire any second, but it never comes. By the time the extraction helicopter arrives, you're completely spent, physically and mentally drained. You climb aboard, collapse on the floor. The helicopter lifts off. You made it. You survived your first combat operation. No contact, no shooting, but you survived. Back at the fire base, you're removing your gear. Your uniform is soaked completely through. You've got blisters on both feet. Your shoulders are raw from the straps. You're dehydrated and exhausted, but you're alive. And somehow, you feel different. You're not a civilian anymore. You're not even really a soldier yet, but you're something in between. You've taken the first step. The veterans are cleaning weapons, doing maintenance. They've done this 100 times. For you, it's new. Everything is new. You clean your rifle the way you were taught, check your gear, refill your canteens, and get ready for tomorrow. Because tomorrow, there will be another mission. And maybe tomorrow, you'll make contact. Maybe tomorrow, you'll actually see combat. That night you sleep. Exhausted sleep. Deep sleep despite the sounds of war around you. Your body has hit its limit. And when you wake up, you feel different. The fear is still there, but it's not overwhelming anymore. It's manageable. You can function through it. The next mission is different. You're still new, still learning, but you're not quite as terrified. You know what to expect now. The helicopter insertion doesn't feel as alien. The patrol doesn't destroy you quite as completely. You're adapting, slowly, painfully, but adapting. The third mission is when it happens. Contact. You're on patrol when gunfire erupts. The world explodes into noise and chaos. Your training kicks in. You hit the ground, return fire. You're not thinking, just reacting, doing what you were taught. The firefight lasts maybe 2 minutes, feels like an hour, and then it's over. The enemy breaks contact, nobody in your squad is hit. You're shaking, adrenaline coursing through you. You just experienced combat, real combat. You fired your weapon at real human beings trying to kill you. Did you hit anyone? You don't know. Probably not. But you didn't freeze, didn't panic. You functioned, and that matters.
The squad leader looks at you differently now. You're not totally FNG anymore. You've been in contact. You've proven you won't freeze, won't get everyone killed. You're not one of them yet, not a veteran, but you're not completely new either. You're somewhere in between. Over the next weeks, you go on more missions, more patrols, more insertions. Some have contact, most don't. But each one teaches you something. You learn to walk quietly, learn to read the jungle, learn when to be afraid and when to relax, learn to trust your instincts, learn to trust your squad. The boots break in, the uniform fades, the new guy look disappears. Your movements become more confident, more assured. You're becoming a veteran, not there yet, but getting closer. And one day, maybe 2 months into your tour, new guys arrive, fresh replacements. And you look at them the way the veterans looked at you. See how scared they are, how unprepared. And you realize how far you've come. Walk.
You're on your first combat drop. The helicopter is descending. Your heart is pounding. Your hands are shaking. You're about to step into a war, about to become a combat soldier, about to change in ways you can't imagine. This is your welcome to Vietnam, and nothing will ever be the same again.